Good evening, folks. I am Joe Bachman, and this is Behind the Code. My voice is still a little kind of raspy, so forgive me if I kind of cut out here and there. Um, so I'm gonna actually start the show off. I said there was gonna be a little PSA at the beginning of the show, and it has to do with the various scams that go around on Facebook. So I'm gonna pull this page up here. This is a page. I can't get it any bigger there. So this is a page for a local meat place out in LaPorte. They're actually doing a giveaway. All you gotta do is follow their page, like the post, comment which meat pack that you would want. So I posted on it, and you can see here, and this happened almost immediately. Got a little thing. Congratulations. I'm really excited to say, congratulations, you've been selected as the winner of my giveaway event. Well, number one, I can tell you right now, this isn't the real I Street Meats because there's a follow button there. I have followed this page for years. This is normally where I go if I'm going to go buy bulk meat. Number two, if it was the actual I Street Meats page, it wouldn't say follow. It would say author, showing that it was the original post creator that is now posting this. Three, this is not their website. If you ever get something saying, hey, you've won this, go to istreetmeats.myfreesites.net, that is going to be a scam. Do not fall for this, folks. There's a lot of people that do because, let's face it, in the economy we're in, $20 is $20 and free shit is free shit. I have had the pleasure of working from home today like I do most days over the winter. and have decided to just, mess with this lovely little scam to the point where they actually said, they tagged me and said, "Send me a message, we're dueling." Now, here's the other thing, and I decided to call them out. I went to their Facebook Messenger. They're listed as a real estate business on Messenger and on their actual Facebook page. Do your research, folks, because even just doing a simple click of their thing, they have 0 likes and 1 follower. That should tell you right then and there that that's not the real page. So just something to keep in mind. And it's one of those, I hate the scammers trying to do this because there are people that fall for it. And I think the thing that annoys me the most is the fact that they won't spend any money to try and actually make it look like a decent scam. It is $20 for a domain name most times. Spend the $20. Get the actual domain name. Spend $20 on Fiverr or something and have someone who knows English actually write the damn scam up. So, with that, that's kind of my, rant for now. But just, watch yourselves when you're on the internet. With that, though, we will bring Dawn on. Hope you're ready, Dawn.
No, not at all.
And we are going to play the music of Mr. Hollifield as we always do here. We're going to start off. We're going to keep going with this Second Helping soundtrack. And we're going to do track 12, Chill Dude.
What you're explaining, Joe, there's a little creamery back home, and they do a 32-pound butter giveaway.
Holy shit.
Every Christmas.
I don't think I go through that much butter in a year. I don't think I've gone through that much butter in the last 5 years.
Believe me, I sign up for it every year, never win. But if I do, everybody's getting butter for Christmas.
Right?
It's a little creamery. It's little. I mean, that's all they make is butter, and they get every year. They get the scammers, and every year it's like, hey, you got a scammer. As a group, everybody report them. So we do. So yes, you have to watch the same exact concept. So.
Mm-hmm.
But if I win the 32 pounds of butter, believe me, everybody's going to know. Second place is 16 pounds.
Oh, good Lord. All right. Let me pull up the site here. Oh, and I don't know if you guys can tell just from the 2 books that are showing up on there right now. I did get a jump start on one of the profiles. The first profile I am completing tonight is Brian K. Morris. So his will be set up. I'm going to try and also knock out Shadow Von Cat, which is someone that Nick and I know from up here.
Awesome.
She goes to Region Con and I think a couple other cons in this area. She's based out of South Bend area.
That's not the other cat, right? That's a different cat.
What do you mean?
Cat Rothermouth. That's a different cat?
Yeah, this is a different cat.
Okay. Hey, we've got to have all the cats.
And actually, I'm going to skip ahead in comments for just a second. No, he did not get his info into me. I just took it upon myself because I'm trying to get some information for Dawn. And that information needs all of the NDCD links. And out of everybody attending IndieCDCon on February 24th in Fowler, Indiana from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, him and Shadow were the only 2 that did not have accounts set up yet. They both paid. So I just kind of took it upon myself of, I'm going to get Brian set up, at least get his links from Amazon over onto here, and then he can look at it and let me know if there's any missing that I can pull from other places. So let me get back into this here, and I will turn it over to you, Dawn, because I am starting to lose my voice.
Okay.
Oh, that was nice.
You need to make that Russian tea. It's so yummy. Anyways. Okay, first in the door, Michaela, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever it is, wherever you may be. Hello, Michaela. Hopefully the new job is going well. Welcome, welcome. Dan says he's been here since, never mind the furthermore, actually. That way you don't forget. Let's see, Carl says hello. And says, somehow my chat is showing up below the window. Forgot how to fix that. Hopefully you got it fixed. Oh, Dan said, shift to the default view rather than the letterboxed view. People helping people.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, or Dan says that Billy was feeling neglected. He jumped into my lap and started walking across the keyboard. LOL. Aw. Billy no mates the kitty cat. And Carl said, phew, can't do it unless the video is playing. So I played another video and did it there. All fixed. Good to hear. Carl said, hi, Billy, as well. And Carl said, hi to Michaela, and thank you to Dan. And Joey said, good evening, Michaela, Dan, and Carl. So see, I'm talking for him so he can save his voice. Dan said, he's been more affectionate than usual since I retired. I guess he was used to only seeing me at night instead of all day, and I have fed him a few times when Lindsay needed to sleep in. They know. Pets are not as aloof as they seem to be. Dan said, hiya, Joe. And Thesis is next in the door. And Carl is saying hi to Joe and Thesis. Joe said, ended up getting a jump start on one of the profiles due to the amount of information having to be put in. Otherwise, there's no way I could get everything covered that I need to tonight, because tonight we have to make sure that we are done before or by 8 o'clock Central Time. And I'm sure we'll get into that here in a second.
So I will cut the show off at 7:55 tonight if I have to, just to make sure we're all there.
And Joe said, good evening, belated. And Dan said, aha, he remembers I'm the keeper of the Temptations cat treats. Our cats go nuts over those too.
Hey, and hell, you feed me treats and I'll lay in your lap.
You heard that? Y'all heard that, folks? When Joe and Dan meet up, we need to have some treats so that he can lay in Dan's lap. Mark that one down, Carl. I'm sure you will. And Carl says, Dan, my cats are okay with me working, but once I retired, they would not like me leaving the house. These new cats know that I'm supposed to be inside all day, every day. Georgette doesn't like it when we leave. And I think some of it has to do with she was abandoned at one time, so it's still stuck in her head. Michaela said, my first day at the new job went well. Congratulations. And Carl said, yay, Michaela. And Thesis said, my pupper is super protective of Foxy, but I get more loves. Oh, that's puppers. And Joe said, that's awesome, Michaela. Was it the usual first day of stuff of, here, watch these videos and do these trainings, sign that. I'm going to sign these papers and do this, that, and everything else. And there is, what was the PSA you were going to do at the start of the show?
That's what I just ran through about the scammers.
I know, I'm just teasing. And Carl said, since you announced the PSA, that sounds ominous. Not PDA, PSA. There's a difference, Carl.
MOUSE.
Lisa says it does now.
And that's what will give me a copyright strike, is just doing that little bit.
Luckily, we're far enough into it, maybe they won't catch it. Carl said, don't burn yourself while playing with wood, kids. There's other things that can happen too when you're playing with wood. And Dan thought, why did I think the PSA was going to be spoken by a cute sloth? Oh. Carl said, Lamau, Dan. And Joe said, well, I don't know about anyone else in the chat currently, but my wife thinks I'm cute. Oh, you're adorable, Joe. Yeah, there we go. And Carl said, we're filling up the chat for Dawn, right? Yep. Yes, you are. And Michaela said that she is waiting not so patiently for her proof copy of Vengeance to show up, Warrior's Vengeance, so I can approve it or deny it and move on with that process. I hope that it comes in looking perfect so that you can approve it and move on with the process in a upward trajectory. I'm excited to see. He just said, I'm waiting for my copy of Tales of the Highway to arrive from Lulu so I can officially start announcing it. So there is so many fun things happening within everybody here in the group. It's just amazing and awesome. And Carl said, oh, Michaela, I feel your pain since I went through that myself. I was so lucky to hit Lulu during lull and got mine super fast. Blake comes fast. And Dan said, hard copy of Carl's Summerton Man book hasn't had time to be delivered yet, but I got notice it has shipped. Awesome. Hard copy. And Carl said, nice, and thanks again, Dan. And Dan said, if Lulu would let me leave reviews, I'd be happier. I noticed on Goodreads, one of the Mad Gasser books is on there, but one is not. And then the Amunzi book is on there, but Carl said he's not put them on there, but they're on there. So, Carl, work on that. And while you're at it, work on Donna's too. At least we can put reviews on there. At least there's something out there. Carl said, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. They should let you review it. And Carl said, feel free to just post a review on Facebook. I'm good with that. And Dan said, I'll look again, but maybe it was just I read it so quickly. 600 words per minute can be a curse sometimes. And Carl said, wow. And Carl said, I wonder when Carlene Gal will get here. And Dan said, some speed reading training in 4th grade in that school near Oak Ridge. We did speed reading in 5th grade. I remember that. And we have a Facebook user that says, howdy, beautiful people. And I'm assuming that's going to be Keisha.
Yeah, I'm going to Keisha.
Can you find it faster than me?
Probably. Give me a second.
Where's the sticker? Where's the am I in the wrong spot?
Keisha.
Where is the
What, the thing for...
Yeah, going to Facebook.com.
For whatever reason, it does not like her. She has done that several times with several shows.
Okay.
And it just won't let her authorize. But
Oh,
she always starts with howdy, beautiful people, so that's how we know it's her.
Yeah, well, that's what I assumed, but I thought I'd put it up there. Consistency. Oh, there's Donna. She says, hey, everyone. And Carl said, there she is. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and do all of the rest. And Dan saying, hey, Donna. And Joey goes, I keep saying I'm going to update this intro and keep forgetting to do just that. Because you wanted to cut off your favorites.
Well, I've got the video done because I used that same video for like the ad that Nick runs. I keep forgetting to redo the actual like intro version of it though.
Oops. Get on that, Joey.
Yeah.
If you don't have anything else going on.
No, nothing at all.
No. Donna said, hey, Dan. And she said, don't forget to like and share everyone. And Donna said, but you got to keep this music, Joe. Well, she said, as long as you keep this music. But I know she's going to do better. You know. And you said, oh, I definitely will. I like this song for the intro. Yeah, because me and Donna like to dance to it. It makes us move our shoulders. And she said, we are all sick over here, so raspy is all we know. Aw, we'll get better, get some rest, drink some tea with honey. And Dan said, the speakers for my computer have been upgraded by adding a second set of powered speakers. That's what I could hear earlier today. Okay. And there is the man of the second hour, Grant Lingard. Hello, he says. And Donna said, hey, Grant. Carl saying, hey, Grant. And bleeded. That was a new one. Bleeded Thesis. Says, evening, Grant. And Donna said, doing research is way too much fun, too much work, and we all know how lazy I am. I just pass it by. So what time was 7:06? So that was during your PSA.
MOUSC.
Joe, I got an email today telling me that the temporary password for the email I've been using since 1994 expired Sunday, and I needed to click here to recover my account.
Yeah. I love those.
Right. Well, it's one of those things you look into it and look, does this look legit? And we've all been using interwebs long enough that you gotta kind of remember how to do that, what you're looking for. And Carl said, scammers are the lowest form of life.
So our company will occasionally send out scam emails themselves because we have a button in Outlook to report phishing attempts like that. And they decided to send one out, the IT department did, the day after I changed my password. And so I get the email and I look at it, I'm like, that's odd. I just changed that, and I hover over the link. I'm like, oh, you guys tried.
So your own company tried to scam?
So it's just a way for them to see who needs extra training.
Ah, okay.
You know, and they actually have the people in our company so, how do I want to say this? Not scared, but just so anal about anything that seems even remotely fishy coming through that we've actually had people go through and report stuff that IT had sent out that was legitimate. So they have to send out another email going, no, folks, this is real. We need you to do this. This link's safe. Go ahead.
But at least they're trying.
Yes.
It's better to report something that's not than go into something and do something stupid that is.
Yeah. And the IT department's even said they would rather get more false positives from people than nothing at all.
Right. Exactly. Let's see here. And Lisa says, I've been sent text twice saying my bank card has been blocked and click this link to restore. I'm not that stupid. You know, there's been times where I've been like, is this? So I call the bank. It works. Either way. And Donna's saying, hey, Thesis. And Dan said, Thesis, I get those for banks and I don't even have an account with, LOL. I love getting the messages, the voicemails that say about my cable bill we have off. And I'm like, I don't even have a cable bill.
I used to get those all the time. We can save you 50% on your AT&T bill. You know, it's like I have T-Mobile for my cell phone. AT&T is not even available for internet in my area. I'd love to know how you're going to save me money.
Keisha goes, oh, the things I could do with that much butter.
Oh, God.
Some of the stuff dear. Keisha's one of ours, isn't she?
Yes. IndieCD.org/about-Keisha-Akoff.
I'm going to drop that down here. She's working on a cookbook, and I cannot wait to see how that comes out. Oh, and this is said LOL, and Carl goes, be careful. They got his info in. Will miracles ever cease? And we've already determined that was not a miracle.
Yep.
And Adisa says that Foxy says hi. She's busy making cake. Well, hi, Foxy. Ooh. And what kind of cake? And yes, I would like some. And Carl said, Foxy baking a cake. Yum. And there is the event link for indiecd.con. Make sure you share that with your friends, local or not. I mean, you never know who might order something from somebody that they see that's on there. Only takes one little seed to be planted, and then it goes from there. And Carl said that they are going to tackle BKM at IndieCDCon. You have fun with that. And Carl said, I hope Nick's venue has Wi-Fi. I don't know if Nick is on here tonight, but hopefully he can, if he is. I don't know, I haven't seen him, but if he is, I hope he can answer that. Grant said, my copy was frozen, so I was wondering where Dawn was. Sitting in the background, being bored, while Joe ranted and raved. Aw, Grant said, I've been getting all of the cat's cuddles because Angie and her daughter are locked in their rooms. I heard that that COVID hit your house, and I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully everybody is through it okay. And Grant said, somebody needs to videotape Joe and Dan cuddling. Oh, definitely. Videotape and pictures. It will happen. If it happens, it will happen. OnlyFans for Dan and Joe. Only drizzles for Dan and Joe. Only sweet drizzle for Dan and Joe. And Grant said he's drinking wine in order to make Grant draws more interesting. Is that like you're incorporating the it's like a book report but fun? Because Grant says he really wants to make Grant draws interesting. I double fist wine in one hand and coffee in the other hand. Oh dear. That could be interesting. And if you don't know, which I bet you I'm assuming Grant has commented on it somewhere down the line. He is launching League of Cryptids tonight. We actually kind of talked about it. Here is his YouTube channel link. Head over there in about a half hour. Am I catching up? My God, you people are talkative little minions tonight. And Carl said, it's the launch of the Cryptids comment, right, Grant? Yes, it is. And Grant said, yes. And he said, the music reminds me of the soundtrack to a video game where you are walking through the woods. And Carl said, oh, Goodreads didn't improve my authorness. I guess I need a website with a contact on it. Whatever, I'll live. Oh, I did not know that. Well, that sucks and stupid, Carl. And Grant said, F Goodreads. If they don't approve of Carl, I don't need them. Okay. Dan said that he thinks that Joe would have trouble cuddling you or him because Dawn and Donna would be in the way. That depends. Is Chris around? Because we could be working on some Cult of Chris type of stuff.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Michaela has a question for you, Joe. Do you think it's been long enough to try switching my domain name over?
It might be. I can look into that after the show here.
Okay.
And see if the 60 days has passed.
So that's the author MichaelaJade.com, right?
No, that's the newer one, the Michaela Jade Books.
Oh, okay. LOL, Grant, it's okay. I wonder if they would accept IndieCD if I asked Joe to put my email on there.
It might.
What's the worst you can do? Try it and they say no?
Yeah.
And Grant said, are you guys excited and or nervous? I think that's just me. Grant, we are all excited for you. You have amazing works that you do. The word homage is your word. You own that word. So we are excited and nervous and proud of you for everything you've been doing, Grant. And Carl said, excited. And Dan goes, I had to change my work computer password on my last day. I told my supervisor he had 121 days to change it over to anyone who inherits my job. I can only imagine what he changed it to.
I know what I would have changed it to.
Something about Johnny Paycheck, maybe?
I'm just going to plead the fifth on what I would put on. Just in case Xander is listening right now.
Hi, Xander, if you are. Let's see here. Carl said, good one, Dan. And Keisha said, I'm currently working on a cookbook, Muddy's Harvest Kitchen. Oh my God, some of the pictures that you take of the food that you make. And yeah, go ahead and screenshot that. I dare you, Carl. Because you were anyways, we know it. And there is Keisha's link at EDCD, so you can look up what she's been working on. And Dan said, I had to input a new password to boot the computer so I could delete my personal emails from the company network. Yes, you betcha. Carl said, following tonight's weather balloon, it's heading right toward a field of windmills. Ouch. If they're going. Well, even if they're not. And there is the link for YouTube for Grant for tonight. And I'm assuming that's still Keisha going, coffee flavored wine is now my goal in life. Oh. I had some Buffalo Trace K-Cups. So it was like bourbon infused coffee. Oh. Because anybody who knows me knows I'm a whiskey person. I can't drink, but I love whiskey. So just, you know how to make a girl happy? Find K-Cups that are bourbon infused. And Foxy said, I'm only sort of here. We know you're baking a cake. And Thesis said, anyone who gets here before we leave gets a piece of cake. Yeah, I'll be right on that. And so Carl's asking Foxy how the cake was going. Hungry people want to know. She said, it's good. It is yellow cake with chocolate frosting. That's like one of my favorite cakes. They're simple, but they're so good. Oh, you know, my birthday's in less than a month, Foxy. And Carl said, yum, yum. I agree. And Michaela said, it's cool. I'm trying to figure out a day when I can work on that again. I'm assuming the website? Or maybe she's going to make a yellow cake with chocolate frosting. She doesn't like chocolate, though.
Yeah, most likely the website.
Oh, okay. And Foxy said the cake came out well. And Carl said, carl.witzman@gmail.com.
All right. I will get that updated here in just a minute.
Grant said, that's right. Donna's already read League of Cryptids 1. Did you send me the whole thing or just part of it? I don't remember. It's been a while. Dan said that he changed the password to Leet Speak version of retirement.
There you go.
That works. Carl laughed, and Grant said that he wished he lived closer to Keisha so he could steal some of her food. So we need Keisha to get together with Foxy and have cake and nummies. Carl said he used a very dirty word in my last password. Or why does that not surprise me, Carl?
All right. Got one set up. And I'm actually going to take a moment here to talk about the other thing that I'm working on right now.
Okay, I'll shut up. I need a break too.
Yep, which is doing a total revamp of the Burning is Love site. So before, Make sure it's actually showing. Yep, there we go. Before it was like the things I've already done, I would put up on there for sale. I decided to get away from that model, and now I'm putting in the designs that are available to be burned, and have actually gone through the snowflakes because I have a ton of them, and uploaded 20 different designs, and I have it set up to where people can choose to have them burned as an ornament or a coaster, and then they can choose which design they want and submit their order. It's gonna be a long work in progress. I probably won't have this site back open to the public until end of March, just because of the sheer amount of designs I have, having to load the prices for each individual thing, like each individual variation. But this will give a way for people to order stuff custom made. And then depending on the design will depend on what it can be burned to. Like all the snowflakes are generally going to be a ornament or coaster. Ornament or coaster. Some of the other stuff I've done, like the little cross here, this can go on pretty much any size medium that I have. So there's a lot I got to do to it still, but I think it's going to work out a lot better that way. And that's it. That's all I had. But before we get back into the comments, we're going to run a quick commercial, and we will be back with you folks here in just a few minutes.
Sasquatch, the Loch Ness Monster, Mothman, the Jersey Devil, Chupacabra. For millennia, these creatures have perplexed the human race. But what if they are forces of good? What if they have been sent here by a federation of more advanced alien species to help and defend the human race? That's the premise of League of Cryptids, a new comic book by Grant Lankard, creator of the smash hits Beowulf and Memoirs of the Morbid. His new comic, League of Cryptids, is a 4-part story involving these 5 creatures banding together to defend Earth from an invading alien race, just as one of their members is losing faith in the human race and questioning their mission. The epic tale begins in League of Cryptids 1.
Welcome, friends. I'm Bladed Thesis, and this is my tea house. Come join me every other Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time as we discuss Chinese culture, history, philosophy, and of course, martial arts. You can find me at youtube.com/BLADEDTH3SIS. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of tea, or the drink of your choice, and join the discussion.
All right, and we are back to the show here. The next track we're going to play is track 13, Set This Place on Fire. And the next profile we're going to set up and try to get done before Grant's show. So I got 15 minutes to power through this. I don't think that's going to happen. But this is for Shadow Von Cat. She is local to us here in Indiana, northern Indiana. She's, I believe, based out of South Bend. She, someone Nick and I both know from Region Con up here. She is an artist, so I will get into her profile.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take off from where I stopped it.
Stop it.
I think I'm almost caught up. So you guys be nice to Grant and don't drown the chat, please. But Grant said, I've never had coffee flavored wine. I've had coffee flavored vodka and it kept me up all night.
Oof.
Anything coffee flavored is good. Just saying. I like coffee. Oh, Michaela said, all I need is frosting. No cake needed, lol. And Grant said, it's so exciting to watch a new comic for the first time. You always wonder if you're Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird right before Ninja Turtles 1 came out. You never know when you never know what might just strike at the right time, at the right moment. The right person sees it. The seed is in the right person's brain, and let's see here. And Dan said, oddly enough, yellow cake is what the folks in Oak Ridge call the refined uranium for atom bombs. Of course it is. Grant said, the Burning is Live site is now going to be about venereal diseases. Depends on if you like snowflakes. Foxy said, that's cool, Joe. And Carl said, very cool, Joe. There is Grant's NBCD.org link. And Grant goes, my trailer, woohoo! But it doesn't have the word homage in it. You have got to put the word homage in every single one of your trailers from here on out, Grant. That is going to be a rule. And there's our second ad that we saw from Bladed Thesis, and there's his link. And then the third was from Mrs. Bachman. And that was the third ad we showed. And Dan said, Grant, post a link to your show for us, for those of us who need the speeding link, please. The link that I posted wasn't good enough. Oh, I just posted to his channel. I apologize. And Grant said, haha, I like how you said be nice to Grant and don't chat too much. Meanwhile, I'm the one chatting. It's okay, Grant. It's okay. And Grant said, I was just about to, Dan, and there's the link to the actual show itself. Right. And Grant said, please check out my show after this one. Yes, please. Everybody that's here needs to pop over there. Please. And Dan said, thank you. Tab opened. You mean you haven't had that tab open since never mind the furthermore, Dan? I'm just kidding. And Carl said he's got it open already too. Good to hear, guys. And I am caught up on comments for right now. I am going to take a drink of water.
Well, I think this is going to be a good point to actually wrap up the show. Because I'm going to have to try and sort out what all she actually sent. Try and figure out how I'm going to do this as a profile. Profile. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up now. I know we've got Grant's show starting here in about 15 minutes, so I think with that, I'm going to work on hers in the background because this is going to take me. Yeah, this might be a tomorrow thing because I might need more caffeine to figure out what she emailed me. So with that, folks, we will see you on Grant's show here in about 15 minutes. Be sure to back his Kickstarter. I did receive the last Beowulf today in the mail. So,
see, I didn't even realize that because I was excited. I'm sure that
and
got
you did it twice,
screenshotted.
just in case Carl missed it the first time. About 45:30 for the time frame, Carl. Anyway,
if this calendar comes to fruition, y'all better be buying it, and I better be getting some financial help from it.
but with that, folks, we will see you next week for Behind the Code. There will not be a Burning Is Love due to town meetings this week, so.
And it's Valentine's Day. Everybody needs to have a VD that day.
Thought we were going to make it through the show.
Not with me around.
We'll see you guys next time. Good night, everyone.